Hello and welcome to episode 20 of the Championship Manager Lockdown Challenge. We're in September, it's season 4, we're going to get underway. Bit of a summary around today's episode. So if you've seen the last episode, you'll know what this challenge is. It's very centric around international football, Northern Ireland, so that's what we're going to be focusing on today and the next couple of episodes. We have still got some club football, so we'll go through that a little bit as well. You can probably hear in my voice, bit cold, bit fluey, not feeling great, feeling like absolute dog shit if truth be told. But going to record an episode because with all this latest COVID stuff, that's when I'm recording this now. It's sort of just about to go into December. We're about to go into December, but obviously I'm way ahead in my editing and recording. We're about to get all these numbers going up. We're probably going to be seeing a lockdown soon. So we might even see another lockdown challenge come through, which I'll try and play live as we go. But we're keeping my daughter off school because she is vulnerable, she's at risk. So I've got to get as many in now, recorded while I can, while she's not here, causing an absolute nightmare of noise and all that sort of stuff. If you're new around the channel, please do drop a sub. If you like these sort of videos, this sort of content, love this game, drop a like on the video as well. But let's sort of move on. Like I said, we've got the international football to focus on. This is going to be the first game of that, but we're going to intersperse that with some club football as well. But we'll go into... if you've been following me on Twitter, you'll see that I got a lot of editing done over this weekend as well around this sort of time. Done about 5 or 6 videos edited, so we're all ready to go. We're all good to go in that regard. But I did notice a few things. There was a bit of a Twitter poll, a bit of a comment on one of my videos mentioning about the background music. This will probably be the first one where I don't do it, maybe try something a bit different. Let me know in the comments below if you do prefer the background music, don't like it. There's a comment that was too loud. When I've edited it, the videos, it doesn't sound like it's too loud, but you know, maybe I'm just going a bit mutton in my old age. So let me know how you feel on that in that regard. And also I've noticed there's a bit of feedback sometimes with the microphone. I'm not too sure what's causing that, so I'm going to try and keep an eye out for what might be doing it, and hopefully I'll put the microphone a bit further away from me now today, so maybe that's something to do with it. So in terms of the club football, we had up till the 30th of September to get a new club. We've still got some time. That may still happen. But it became a bit obvious that not many jobs were coming up. So we're still with Salamanca. As you can see, we've got Northern Ireland in there as well. And if my voice does drop at any time, you know why. I'm really struggling today, to be honest. Transfers, we've done a lot in and a lot out. So we'll go through the outs first. Saucy Rose was last year. Still, he went on a free transfer. He's still there, so probably justified. We managed to sell Oscar Arpón finally to Cadiz, who I mentioned in the previous video was my play-by-mail team. So he's on his way. Torres, mostly it was free transfers. We got rid of him. We bit the bullet on Lanna and a few others. Took a bit of hit on money. Vanilla went on free. Couldn't sell these guys. And then Pauletta went to Crystal Palace for, what was it, 850k. So yeah, he's justifying that at the moment. He isn't scoring the goals for them. In terms of ins, so there's quite a lot. Let's actually go back to the previous screen because some of these were last season. He's since... we've still got him. I thought... there was a few that retired. We did actually have a few retirements, actually. I haven't written them down. That old right back we bought, he retired, so that saved me freeing him. But in terms of ins, so we've got Aaron Hughes on a free transfer. I think he was at Newcastle before. He's actually moved in-game. He moved to Plymouth, didn't play. And then he came available. We took him. I think he went on his contract ran out. I don't know how his contract ran out after basically a year or two, but it did. They must have had him on a very short deal. Maybe he had a big... maybe he had a big club release clause. Maybe I think he was transfer listed because he wanted to go to a bigger club, but he was also big club release clause, and he's not in my Northern Ireland team. That's a bit shocking, really. Today is the day of the game. So we'll have a look at that in a minute as well. We needed some midfield reinforcements. In comes Vincent Faivre on a free. He 240k from Lille. Sorry, not had the best starts, but a lot of it was we needed some non-FGM players in. So some of these are brought in for that as well. This guy is fantastic. We looked at him a few years ago. I think he was a regen. We don't know who. I don't think off the top of my head. Could it be Dieter Eltz? No, I don't think he has the right in it. But he's having a fantastic season. He's kind of taken that Alex role that we couldn't replace last year. But he obviously went to Leighton Orient. We missed out on him last year or a year or two ago. I can't remember who with. I think it must have been with Salamanca in Division 2 last year. And we've managed to get him this year, again, on a big club release clause. And he's absolutely slotted in fantastically. We signed this guy from Bayern Munich. I don't know. Oh, he's a regen. I don't know who of. He's 32 already, so not much of a regen. But again, he's doing quite well. He's in and out of the team, but he's kind of cementing his way into it a little bit. But yeah, he's very, very good. We've got Robert Chiyangi. That is George Weir's regen. 2 goals in 4 games so far, 1 assist. And yeah, 5k from the team in Cameroon, Yaoundé, I'm not too sure, but he comes. There was a lot of regens that popped up this year, and we'll have a look in my shortlist in a minute, because there's a few more that, if we get space, we might be able to do. Nathan Whyte is John Barnes. He's since retired, so he's now in and around the team, defensive midfield, but he's got a big club release clause, unfortunately. But he can also still play attacking midfield, despite his role on there. We've got Tibor Stingaciu. That is Georgie Hadji's regen. Again, 27, so not the youngest, but £500,000 he comes in from Nacional. He played a lot of games for them, didn't really do too much. Yeah, I'm not sure quite how good he's going to be. He's just come into the team, but he's not set it on fire really, and he is an FGM player. We've got Reshetnik, who is, as we know from a previous video, he is Sevchenko's regen. He's again had a bit of a mixed club career really, but he's got all these players, even though we're in the big leagues in Spain, they've still got big club release clauses. So in case, you know, the likes of Barcelona, Real Madrid's, or practically anyone in La Liga pretty much will come in and get them. And then we've got Sammy Hateley. I'm guessing is a regen of someone, but I don't know who. But he's done quite well, scored a goal in his cup appearance. But we just needed a backup striker. Once Paletta went, we needed a backup striker who wasn't foreign, because at that point we had Weir, Barsegian, Shevchenko, all 3. And then we only had Pelizio, who didn't fit that mould, basically. So we needed a backup one. And, you know, his goal in one game sort of backs that up as being quite a good bit of business. We've still only got the one goalkeeper. It's still Johnson. We've got the backup one who was here when we came, but he's never played for us. We're trying to get rid of Pavlicic still. No one wants to come in. We might have to free a few. We've still got John Conway. He's listed for loan. Everyone's coming in for him. It's stopping them bidding for him, luckily, because we signed him on a new deal, and it still has a big club release clause. But we need to do it again, actually, because I've just realised it only put him until next year, which isn't ideal. What else is in here? So Ruben Nelson, he's played a little bit this year. I don't know why, did that not show in the transfers? We signed Morte as well. He's actually in now on a permanent deal, 900k from Arsenal. Again, not doing quite as well as he was last year, but we'll see what happens. And Veliska, we've actually got him on the list. He hasn't played this season. He's valued at 5 million. He's got a few big clubs after him. Not got that big club release clause, so hopefully we can. I mean, he did good last year, but I think we've got better now, potentially. So he can go, he can be on his way. Barsegian has got 3 and 4 in the top division, not doing too bad, and 2 and 1 in international level. In terms of results, I'm not going to go. We'll have a quick look at fixtures. It's mostly been cup games, to be honest. We beat Numancia 4-1. The mailman in there, Barsegian. We played a full team for the first leg just to get the result in the bag, and then we lost to Real Sociedad, who went down to 9 men. So wasn't the best game. They took an early lead. All the goals, the red card was on half an hour. We got back in the game at that point. Probably deserved a draw. And then the second red card was late on, so it didn't really have much of an impact in the game. We got our first points in the bag though, against Compostela. 2 goals for Barsegian, and they pulled one back. I think it was 1-1, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, on the same minute. We went 1-0, they equalised immediately. I thought, oh, here we go again. This is going to be a tough introduction to life in the new division, but we saw it out. And this is the goal where Hateley, we're going to call him Mark Hateley, because, I mean, it might as well. It might even be him. I don't think it is, but could be. But Pedretti, it was a rotated squad practically for this game, apart from the goalie and 1 or 2 that we weren't able to because of foreigners and injuries, that sort of stuff. I was hoping to give Shevchenko a run out in this game, but it wasn't possible. But we're through to the next round, where we will face Zaragoza, who are in the top division, and yeah, they're pretty good. So that's going to be fun. And then we followed that up with a 1-0 win away at Salamanca. We are Salamanca, away at Racing Santander, who have got this guy. No, not him. He's quite good in this game. He hasn't got any goals for Russia, but he hits pretty good numbers most seasons. I've never actually managed him, so I don't know what he's like to manage. I did actually have a look at him, but I think he was a bit rich for our blood. Yeah, I mean, even 2.4 for one player was a bit much. I think we had about 4.5 budget at the start of the season, and then that freed up to, I think it changed. With sales, we made about 1 or 2 million in sales. Hopefully, once we sell the other guy, the forward, I can't remember his name already, hero last year, and I've forgotten him already. That's the plan anyway. Maybe to bring one. We've got 2 spots for players just in case we need them. We might need a goalkeeper, back up one, even on a free. In terms of regens, who else is in here? So we've got a lot of the old guard. We tried to get Andrew Mannering in from Newcastle, transfer listed, but we've run out of money, so we couldn't get him. He was going to be instead of Hateley, I was going to bring him in. He's another one you can get from non-league. He's pretty good. He does a job. He would certainly do a job for Salamanca, I'm sure. So if we can get that forward sold, we'll bring him in as well. We'll see what goes down there. Who else we got? We tried to get Justo, but it was another foreign striker. We didn't need him. I did toy with him instead of Sevchenko, actually, and I wish I probably had now, because he was amazing for us last year, and he fit the system. He fit what we wanted to do. So yeah. In terms of other, that's Butchagueno, I think, is him. Let's have a quick look on my list. Gustavo Correa. Maybe I haven't got him written down. I don't seem to have. I don't know why, but I think that is him. And then we've also got, that's Baquero, who we had at Fulham. He's wanted by a few clubs, so I don't think Deportivo are in for him. I don't think we're going to get him. I think he'll go to Depor. Hopefully he remembers the fact, even though it's a technically different player, he remembers the fact that we managed him before and comes to us. Even though actually, he's not only is he a different player, we're a different manager profile. So yeah, let's forget that. If we have a look around the transfers that have happened, how do we look at all transfers? Can you see latest? That's just latest. Right, let's just go back into Britain. We'll have a look at what's happened. Anyone big? So Mamoruso went from Rangers to Milan. We've got anything else big? Sheringham's gone from Liverpool to Leeds, so he's really doing the rivalry journeyman at the moment. All the clubs that hate each other. We've got Clegg's gone to Carlisle. Okay, so Fulham selling him. We'll have a look at Fulham in a moment as well. The plan for today is probably, because it's mostly about Northern Ireland, really this season, we're going to do the one Northern Ireland game and the one Salamanca game and sort of move on. But there's more games in general. Gazza's gone to... if I'd have known he was free, I'd have picked him up if I could. Oh, that's annoying. It looks like he left Rangers and went back to Rangers. We've got Venables and Letitia there on free transfers. I don't think there's much else in there. Nope. Nothing else that would interest us. August, Ziga goes from Milan to Man United. We've got Dougie Freeman, Chelsea to Arsenal. I don't think that's a good move for Arsenal. I think they might be looking at another relegation season. Blomqvist doing the rounds. Obviously not at Man United in real life just yet, but he would be in future, but not in this alternate world. We did look at Benjamin, and he went to Southend in... I don't know if it was instead. I think we might have got there a bit too late. Divine goes from Dundee to Celtic. Finally gets his big move. We'll see how that pays off. He hasn't really played for Dundee, so not sure what they're going to do. But I would have, again, another player I'd like to have brought in actually and seen what we could have got out of him this season. Nothing else. I haven't gone through these transfers. I don't actually think I've noticed anything too big actually in terms of transfers this season. Danny Cadamartri I saw there. Yeah, it's mostly just... Oh, what doing? We go to September. So, anything else? Paletta we know about. Roger Parler. I thought that was Ray Parler for a moment. It's not. I don't think there's any big names in September. Nope. And we're in October now. So Steve Manneman's gone to Man United from Newcastle. Okay. 3 big teams in the 90s there, all having the services of him. Dion Dublin goes from Fiorentina. I didn't even know he was at Fiorentina, did I? To Newcastle. Interesting transfer there. We got Bjorklund to Paris Saint-Germain, so they're looking to strengthen. Terry Cook, we missed out on him. Absolutely gutted about that. He would have been perfect signing for us on that right-hand side, which is still a bit of a weak spot in the team, in all honesty. Neil Lamptey, obviously a bit of a classic Football Manager wonder kid, the original Championship Manager wonder kid, if you like. Back on the old games, was it 92, 93, 93, 94, something like that. And not much else in there. November, Gifton Williams comes into Newcastle to replace probably Dion Dublin. Probably could. He's probably got better striker numbers, in all honesty. Negri goes to Marseille from Rangers. Obviously a fantastic player back at Rangers back in the day. I think before his knees turned to melted cheese. We've got Steve Haslam goes to West Ham. I'm noticing the time on this video already creeping up. So that's why we're going to particularly keep these to the 2 games, I think. We're not going to be too intent on sort of Football League stuff. Lamucci goes to Barcelona. I think we might have known that already. Anything else? I'm just looking. William Gallas has gone to Montpellier. Just looking for names we know, really. I don't think there's too much in France. Bizarrely, I think PSG are leading the way on transfers. I think they've got a big budget, obviously winning Champions League every year. Got a big pool as well. A lot of club players want to go to them. So that's really what we're looking at. I think Laurent Charvet goes to Wrexham, of all places. French transfer, despite it's from an English club to an English club. I guess just because he's French. And I can feel my nose starting to run already. And my voice starting to break. So that's not good. Anything in Spain? I don't know why Pauletta shows... Oh, it's because we're in Spain. That's why he's Portuguese, isn't he? And I don't think there was... Barcelona and Real Madrid have made a few moves, but I think we saw that before. Roy Mackay has gone to Albacete. Yeah, that's not much else, really. I don't think... Most of them are us, let's be honest. We made a lot of transfers this year. But we're going to jump into the Northern Ireland game. So we start off with the Faroe Islands. Not a bad start, let's be honest. We'll have a look at what we're going to play. So we're going to be playing this sort of tactic. The players at Northern Ireland, I mean, we've got this team. There's not much else to play with to pick up. If any of these get injured, I mean, I've got, look, you can see I've got I've got about 4 left backs. So we haven't done the captain and stuff. So Keith Gillespie comes in as captain of according to that 18. Yeah, that'll do. Corners probably similar. Set pieces 12. Have we got anyone who's got better set pieces? I don't believe it. Imagine it'd be Steve Morrow, not even Nolan. I mean, Pat McGibbon's got decent. Lennon 10. McMahon, nope. I mean, we're going to put him on penalties. Fitzgerald, he's probably our best player. 14 for McVeigh. Mulryan. Oh no, Mulryan's probably up there as well. We're going to put corners. Who did we say? Paul McVeigh, wasn't it? 14 corners and direct free kicks. He's got good shooting as well, so that might work. Fitzgerald on penalties, direct. Yeah, so we're playing this sort of shape. We'll see what. Again, I think it might be a Nikolai tactic. So I do urge you to go and. I've got this big just file on my hard drive of. This is a game we've got a good chance of getting 3 points from. I don't think there's going to be many, but Pharaohs should be one, no matter what team I put out, really. But if we go getting yellow cards and stuff and red cards, that's not going to help. McVeigh, I mean, they're keeping us out so far. We're having lots of chances, but we just haven't got the quality to put it away. But we have now. I mean, they haven't got the quality to keep it out, in all honesty. So we should be able to get a good... I know they've got that... Yeah, I just saw him. Tony Johnson, he's that player we're looking at. He's worth about 5 million at Copenhagen. Again, couldn't afford him, but Fitzgerald adds a second. I mean, we should be looking to get close to double digits here. Even Northern Ireland, and that's their best player, I think, just gone off. So that opens it up a bit more. We will make some subs in the second half just to get a bit of a feel, a bit of a know for some players. I know we've got Danny Shipp on the bench, who I had in a Albion Rovers save before, but he's a forward right left now, which might actually work for this team because we've only got the one. I think we've got the one striker. No, we've got 2, I think. Yeah, so he might have been better. But he was a striker, now he's a forward right left. But for my Albion Rovers save, he banged in goals for a couple of seasons, and then he went off the boil, and then he got a big club move. And off he went, and we never really replaced his goals. It took us a few years to replace his goals. And everyone we did replace him with who done good went on the big club release score as well. Rangers and Celtic poached most of my team. And I also had a Scotland save running simultaneously, and I was trying for the life of me to remember what formation I was playing in that team, because it worked quite nicely with Big Dunk up front, but I can't remember which one it was. It might have been a fairly standard one or a game one, I can't remember. I don't think it was a Nikolai tactic. But so far, we're on for a 2-0, 3-0. Okay, we're on for a 3-0. That's not terrible. Fitzgerald getting another goal. How's he doing on his record? He's finally got some goals. I'm surprised he's only got the 3 caps until now, to be honest. We're going to take off Keith Gillespie. We're going to put Danny Shipp on. Stephen Robinson, we're going to give him a run up front for Paul McVeigh because he's booked. And who else? We might bring Steve Lomas in there. He doesn't really play there, but we'll give him a try. The game should be signed, sealed, delivered now. Fitzgerald gets his hat-trick. He's now 3-4 for Northern Ireland. We've helped his record no end. But like I say, it's Faroe Islands. It's kind of expected. We'll have a look at our group in a minute. 4-0, Robinson off the bench as well. makes it 5. That makes it a bit more respectable, a bit more as you'd expect. Oh, if we could have got one more, made it even better. But I think we can be pleased with that as our first game. The number of shots created, don't get me wrong, and the possession, it's going to change when we come across someone, you know, half decent. Not just a bunch of postmen and train drivers, that sort of thing. Obviously, they have actually got a few real players. We know that Tony Johnson's in there. And I'm just talking to get through to the next screen. Because we need to look at the league table, but also if I stop talking, my voice might not come back. So let's have a look in our group. We're group 9, did that say? Yep, so we're topping it. Get in. No one else has won. So we've got Romania, Czech Republic, Turkey and Azerbaijan. Now obviously Romania, one of their best players, Georgi Hagi, obviously is no longer, and his regen isn't in the team. So maybe we drop him and don't play him so he doesn't get back in, because he probably is still their best player, but they've got a few in there. I mean, Illy, he used to play for... I thought he was at Valencia on this game, in all honesty, but... Or is that Adrian Illy? Oh, he was, yeah, he's gone back to Stour. So yeah, Florian Raduchoi, obviously of West Ham fame for about a year or so. He wasn't very good for West Ham. Very good striker, but not for West Ham. Yeah, so Romania, Turkey. There's a few games in there we would fancy our chances maybe to nick a draw or something. I don't think we're going to come in the top 2. I think that's going to be... Oh, Scotland getting a 6-0. Dougie Friedman's in there. Okay, so maybe not such a bad signing for Arsenal. How's he? He's done okay for Chelsea, to be fair, and he's done okay for Wolves. Okay, we'll see how he does for Arsenal. I'll keep an eye on that. We need to have a look at Fulham as well, don't we? So we'll get to the next. I think it's Saturday actually, where we play for Salamanca. We'll see how we get on there. Back shortly. Okay, so here we are. I just saw as I was clicking through. I'm going to try and remember to leave it in the edit where I'm not talking. But we did see that Robinson unfortunately picked up an injury. He's out for a month, but that should mean he's back for the next Northern Ireland game, because it's in end of October, I think. So hopefully that will be okay. We did most goals in a match, most goals, biggest scoreline, breaking all the records for Northern Ireland. So that's fantastic. We won't log our score or anything yet. And the transfers, the guy did go, Baquero's regen did go to, where did he go to? Deportivo, unsurprisingly. Yeah, there he is. Paco Sanz, he's gone to Deportivo. Yeah, disappointing. But we have got some other players in the pipeline. We just offered terms, so we'll have a look. We'll have a quick look at Fulham before we jump into the match, see what they've done this year. So is Big Jack still there? They've got a full team, and I know they've released some players. So who have they brought in? Anyone we know? So we know about Paul Sturgis. So this guy, left back, right back from Italy. Okay. Now we're starting to see maybe a little bit... Okay, they have replaced the goalkeeper. They've got another goalkeeper in their ranks now. He's a regen. I wonder if he's actually anyone real. If anyone recognises those stats, I mean, he's got quite good stats. It could be like David Seaman or someone, I'm not too sure. Another left back. I think they've got about 5 left backs now. Oh my god, what are they doing left backs? So Alex Martin's on loan. Clegg we know when. Arenze's on a free transfer. I think we knew that. We looked at that. Yeah, Ho-Hing. They haven't done too much. What's their money like? 9 million. I mean, it sounds like they've spent some money. Sigurdsson's one of their better players, apparently. Okay, he's quite a regular name under Big Jack. Let's see, they're still playing 4-4-2. Still playing 4-4-2. They've got Ray Parlour on the right. They play Martin Lachlan on the left. Centurion and Murphy in the middle. Nevland and Notman. Sturgis, Curtis. Bit of a rhyme in there. Blunt, Sigurdsson and Hetzner in goal. They've still got the makings of a good squad there. Maybe a little bit. I mean, a lot of left backs. That's a lot of left backs. You do see the AI tend to sign up a lot of left backs, don't you? But we've got third place Mallorca in this game. So we are 6th in the table after 3 games, 2 wins and a loss, 3 for 2 on the goal rate. Espanyol topping the table. Okay, and I know Nikolai at the moment is doing an Espanyol save, and he's getting quite a lot of return out of them. So go and check that out on Twitter. He updates all his stuff on Twitter, so check it out there. So we're going to go with this. I think we're going to stick with that. I think we won the last game, so we're going to stick with it. It's a few days now since I played this. I think Monday now. I think the last day I played was Friday. I didn't get any recording done over the weekend. As we go 1-0 down after 7 minutes, we are going to lose probably more than we win this season. Our squad, despite we've got a lot of good regens, they're maybe not, ready, good to go first game of the season, or first season even. But if we can get a little bit out of them and just... I think our aim this year, well, it's obviously to avoid relegation, but if we can get a mid-table push, that would be absolutely fantastic. But I think that's going to be a bit of an ask as well. I think our defence is possibly still a bit of a weak spot for us. Going forward, we should have players. We've actually got maybe a bit too much choice, but I think that's George Weir who's just equalised, so maybe he's showing that he's ready to go first season as a regen. Obviously, some of them are a bit older as well. Two of them, Hadji's and someone else's, I can't remember. They're a bit older. If we go before half-time, we complete reverse it. I think it's Georgie Weir again. I'm not calling him Chiyangi, he's just going to be Georgie Weir. Love George Weir in the 90s. Let me know down below in the comments, actually. Question of the day today. I'm trying to sneak a few of these in as and when they arise and when they come to my mind. He gets his hat-trick. Who are your favourite players in the 90s, around this era, even before? I mean, the obvious one for me is R9, Ronaldo. Absolutely love that guy. But then, you know, honourable mentions, Baggio, Romario. Might have had this question or similar before. Baggio, Romario, yeah, Hadji. The list goes on and on in the 90s, really. It seems like there was a lot more. Obviously, now we've got, well, coming to the end of it now, but Ronaldo, Messi, the two kind of dominating it for 10 years or so. 4 goals for Weir. This is fantastic. But back then, there was maybe no one like that. I mean, there probably was. But there was a lot more general top-class players. I think 5 goals for... he almost got a double hat-trick. Oh, my God. I'm talking away, and I'm not even watching the fact that he's just banged in 5 goals in a game. He hasn't done anything near this. He was close to... I think he got dropped once or twice because he wasn't really doing much. But he's just whacked 5 goals in against third-place Mallorca, and Salamanca is absolutely rocking, and La Liga does not know what has hit it. Barsegian's got an 8. I don't know if he's got some assists in there or something. Mailman's getting an 8 as well, the postman. I keep calling him the mailman, it's actually the postman. That's his nickname, the postman. So we'll have a look at what that does to the league table before we end the episode. While that is loading, if you enjoyed today's episode, please do drop a like on the video. Drop a sub on the channel if you're new around here as well. Again, anything that I've mentioned in this video, comment-wise, you know, the players of the 90s, that sort of stuff. And, you know, any comments on the music, or if you prefer what I've done with this video, you know, let me know as well. I'm still trying to get back to finding my feet with editing and, you know, putting the actual content out and what works best and what doesn't. I did put the music on these ones just purely because there's no sound really within the game, and there's not much sort of going on the screen generally. It's you know, it's not like the Football Manager now where you have the highlight screen and stuff like that. It's a ticker basically, you know, on the screen. So I was trying to put something else just as a bit of content in the background. But we are now up to 4th behind Real Madrid, ahead of Barcelona, who we haven't played yet. But let's have a look at where we come back. 5 goals is a new club record, not surprising. Another player out for Northern Ireland for a month. Christian Gross has finally been sacked as Tottenham manager, so he can finally end his subscription to his travel card. If you're not familiar with that reference, I'll try and pop a picture up on the screen. Editing me, note for then. In fact, is that a job we can go for? Is it a job we want? I mean, I'm an Arsenal fan, so it's absolutely disgusting in my mind. But it's an aging team, but I'd have Ian Wright, Klinsmann and Les Ferdinand as options up front. Oh, it's tempting. Oh, it's very... Rio Ferdinand at the back. Wants to move to a bigger club. Obviously, they were very close to winning the title last year. Why have they sacked him this year? What's going on? Chelsea at bottom. Wow. Where are they? Why have they sacked him? Mid-table? I mean, wins his game in hand. Up to 3rd, potentially. That is insane. What is their money situation? 11 million. We could do a little bit with that. Oh, I've got to think about this. I mean, it's dirty. I'd feel dirty taking it. I might. Do you know what? I'm actually, after that 5 goals for George Weir, I'm kind of thinking we stick with Salamanca. In all honesty, I don't know if I want to switch to the Tottenham job. I don't know if I want to download the Tottenham badge and put it in my editing. I just feel dirty. I'm not. I was going to say let me know in the comments below, but like I say, I get so far ahead in my editing that I'd be well past that decision being made before we ever got there. Let's have a look at Northern Ireland fixtures. So we're coming back next time. We've got Azerbaijan on the 14th of October. So it's practically month to month all the way through. But we do then jump to a couple of months each time. So that we'll do similar with, and we'll maybe in these ones here, sort of the June ones. Obviously the season's ended, so we'll probably chuck a few last games of Salamanca in, see how we're doing in the league. We'll see how we're getting on. Maybe I might even just record the Northern Ireland games and do them as a bit of a bulk recording and one episode and make this season really short. I'm not decided yet. I might do that because I've just noticed this is a half-hour video at least, And yeah, we've waffled on. Somebody would say 14th of October. What does that counteract? How does that fit around the Salamanca videos, episodes even? Fixtures even. So we've got Tenerife before, Atletico Madrid after. Oh, and Barcelona. So what we might do, that obviously should be a shorter episode because there's less to catch up on, there's less to talk about, no transfers, that sort of stuff. So we'll come back for the 14th, we'll have the Northern Ireland game, and then we're going to do the Atletico Madrid and the Barcelona games because, well, I get to put Barcelona in the description and the tags and all that, and the title. Just a bit of clickbait, you know, it's got to be done. So, yeah, we're going to end the video there. I've already done the like and sub stuff. So, until next time for those 3 games, I'll see you next time. Take care. Goodbye.